Most sellers in Las Vegas sit back during their home inspection and just wait to see what the buyer finds. And then they wonder why they end up handing back thousands of dollars in repair credits. Here's what nobody tells you before your inspection happens. Your appliances could be worth more than any buyer's negotiating tactic if you play it right. I'm Jacob Ballou, Las Vegas luxury real estate agent. If you're getting ready to sell, stay with me for the next 5 minutes because this one detail alone can shift the entire repair negotiation in your favor. Here is what typically happens. So a buyer goes under contract, they schedule their home inspection, and the inspector shows up to the property and the seller is not there. Nobody's there. The refrigerator's unplugged, the dishwasher hasn't been run in weeks, the range hood hasn't been tested, the microwave's been wiped down, but nobody actually cycled it. So the inspector walks through and he can't confirm any of those appliances are in working order. And guess what ends up on the inspection report? Every single one of them flagged as untested or unable to verify operation. That flag alone gives the buyer ammo to come back at you with a repair request that turns into a credit negotiation that you were not prepared for. And here's the thing, those appliances might be perfectly fine. You just handed the buyer leverage that was not theirs to take. So what do? It's simple, and it costs you nothing but a little bit of time before inspection day. Make sure every appliance that stays with the property is plugged in, powered on, and in working condition. I mean all of them. The fridge needs to be running and at temperature. Run the dishwasher through a full cycle before the inspector arrives. Turn on every burner on the stovetop. Test the oven. Cycle the microwave. Run the garbage disposal with water going. Test the ice maker if it's there. If there's a washer and a dryer, staying with the home, then cycle both. You want the inspector to walk in and be able to touch, test, and confirm that everything is operational. Because when an inspector can confirm it works, it does not end up on the report as a concern. And if it does not end up in the report, the buyer can't use it against you. Now let's talk about what this actually gives you on the back end, because this is the part that matters most. When a buyer receives an inspection report, it comes back clean on appliances, everything's tested, everything confirmed operational. You walk into that repair negotiation from a position of strength. Their request list gets shorter, the dollar amounts shrink, and your agent can go back to that buyer and say, look at this report. We gave you a fully functional home. These are the only actual items here. Compare that to a seller who shows up with appliances untested. Now the buyer's agent is building a credit request around hypothetical problems. We don't know if the dishwasher works. We don't know if the ice maker functions properly. And in a market like Las Vegas right now, where buyers are paying attention to every single dollar, that ambiguity costs sellers money, real money. So a clean appliance section on the inspection report is not just peace of mind, it's a negotiating asset. It signals to the buyer that this home was maintained, that you as the seller were prepared, and prepared sellers do not get walked on at the repair table. Here's a bonus tip. Here's one thing that I tell every seller I work with before their inspection. If you know an appliance has an existing issue, even a minor one, get it serviced before inspection day. Do not let the buyer's inspector be the first person to find it. A $150 appliance repair in your hand is worth more than a $500 credit demand from the buyer who now thinks there's a bigger problem. So if we can control the narrative before something else writes it for you, that's what sellers are prepared to do, and prepared sellers win. So if you think about selling your home in Vegas, in Henderson, Summerlin, anywhere in the Valley, these are the kind of details that determine whether you net what your home is worth or whether you give it back in credits you did not have to give. So head on over to www.jacobandballou.com to get in touch. I work with sellers who want a strategy and not just the sign in the yard. Let's build yours together. I'm Jacob Ballou. I'll see you in the next one. So if you like content like this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with somebody who might need this tip. I'll see you soon.